Hello, Snack Pack. Welcome back to Travel Snacks, or if this is your first time, welcome to the channel. Wow, just had to cough right in the very beginning here. For those of you that are new to the channel, Travel Snacks is all about traveling, eating good food, being kind to one another, using the resources that you have, and maybe living a different type of a lifestyle, maybe in a car, RV, van, tiny home, or something like that. And I also think that this channel is about achieving one goal, which is to get out and live life. So, who is already here now? Hello to Reborn Lover. Hey, Carmen, how are you? Hey, Jasmine. Grant, what's up? We're going to talk about something that Grant has today in just a little while. Hey, Mike, how are you? Felicity, how are you? And Jania Savin, hello and welcome. Glad you're here. Sorry if I messed up your name. Is it Jania or Janea? Or maybe I'm saying it wrong. Hey, Debbie, how are you? From Idaho. I want to visit Idaho. I haven't been able to yet. Hey, Jane, how are you? And glad to have you for the first time live. All right, so we got a good party going on so far. How's everybody doing this week? This week's been crazy, and it's definitely moved into fall, I think. I'm like crossing my fingers because it's been very hot here in the desert, but it's starting to cool down. Like today, it's already been like cooler than it has been like normally this week or this time last week. Hey, Major Payne, how are you? From Detroit. That's awesome. Mike says, I made cornbread over the last, oh yes. I ate almost that whole pan of cornbread last week. So it was delicious. Hey, Fosman, hello, about how much on average for the van did that cost? Are you talking about the van itself or the roof or? Hey, Michelle, how are you? From a cool, cloudy Fort Worth, Texas. Awesome. I mean, for altogether final product, oh, well, I'm not done with my van build yet. So I'll do like a final cost towards the end. Today and tomorrow, I'll be editing a video about the van roof summary. That's what's going to be posting tomorrow. And that'll give you a summary of the cost of just building up the van roof. So hopefully that helps. And I will make, like I said, I'll make a video at the end when the van build is done in terms of full cost of everything. I have all my receipts. Hey, Van Life Rocks. Hey, Ray. Hey, Jay from Sorgy Stories. If you guys aren't already, you guys should be following Van Life Rocks. His channel's awesome. And Jay and Anthony from Sorgy Stories, both wonderful travel channels that I really appreciate. And also, Jay from Sorgy Stories, him and his son, they just did the 40 questions challenge that I challenged them to, which I haven't been able to post about yet because the week's been busy, but it was awesome. So Jay, that was amazing, a wonderful video. So go watch that. Hey, Debbie, let's see. Cool down, 21 Fahrenheit. No, that's so cold. Let's see. Yes, also, thank you, Grant. Make sure you hit the like button. That lets YouTube know that you guys like the live streams. So that's great. Thanks. Seems like a lot of drinking when you're done for the day. I don't drink, but if I did, I would certainly be drinking every day because this van build is, I see why people drink or do drugs because it's very stressful. I use prayer instead, and sometimes I cry. How many states represented? Yeah, how many states are here? We have a lot of people, and also a lot of countries as well come onto the live streams, which is super exciting. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I love Brooklyn. Lived in Maine, New Jersey, and now my final home in Dayton, Ohio. Awesome. That's really awesome. Okay, so yeah, Southern California. We got Canada. I'm in Southern California for now. South Dakota, Salt Lake City, Utah, Washington. Awesome. We got a lot going on. And hey, Q's World. And hey, Nana Corey's Gypsy Van. And Margaret, welcome. Amni from Minneapolis. Hello, welcome. Hello, Donna Mac from Prince Edward Island. Ooh, I heard that is a beautiful place that I'd like to go to. Boise, Idaho. Encinitas, hey, 18R Bloom. I lived in Carlsbad for over a year and I loved it. And I love Encinitas. Beautiful place. Hey, awesome. I don't drink, but pray too. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the channel hit 9,000 subscribers. We're getting so close. Actually, let's see. We are at, let's see, 9,153 subscribers. So I'm very excited about the channel growing, and we should probably hit 10,000 subscribers by next week or maybe a week and a half. That's basically what's been happening. We've been doing like 1,000 subscribers a week, but like maybe a little bit less than that. So I'm really hoping that we hit it next week. So thank you so much for being part of the Snack Pack. You guys are so amazing, and this community is awesome, and I'm so grateful to all of you. Also, before we get started, do hit the like button. Also, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you feel like giving a donation to the snack fund, it's not required or obligated or anything, but I do like to mention that there's a little $ under the chat you can hit. That's a YouTube donation, and that they take 30% of that. Also, if you'd like to donate other ways, I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, and those links are in the description of every one of my videos. So with that all aside, and also if you do a donation to the snack fund, I do recognize you on the channel and you get a little shout out on my phone. So let's see. How is your mental health during the lockdown and the van build? My mental health, so I really try not to get anxious, but for some reason my brain has a brain of its own. And lately I've had just like subconsciously anxious thoughts. That's probably not a real thing, but maybe it is. But I don't intend to be anxious, because my favorite scripture, one of them, is Philippians 4:6, be anxious for nothing. And to me, nothing is no thing, not anything. Don't be anxious. But I just wake up lately with like 400 thoughts about the van build and the order of the way things need to be built and what I need to order and can I get the certain thing. Like my brain is just like on a constant machine, and I just have to keep praying and just get like, God, just like everything's under your control. Please just calm my brain down. So I'm very aware of the anxiety, and I try not to let it overtake me, because it's a lot to deal with. And the lockdown, I'm not really worried about, because I still like, well, I go to Home Depot like 15 times a day and sometimes Walmart. But other than that, everything's fine. So thank you for asking, Margaret. Let's see. Oh, Madeira Beach, Florida, still hot, but I'm from New England. Awesome. 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 Hey, Iris, how are you? Barcelona, or is it Barcelona? I think that's how you're supposed to say it, but I'm not sure. Did I miss Fake Freedom coming in? Sorry if I'm missing anything. The chat's going a little faster because we're getting more people on here. So welcome, Fake Freedom, if you're here. Oh yeah, there, New York, I see you. And welcome. I share your videos on all my social media platforms. Oh my gosh, thank you. Since I can't support you through Patreon, maybe others can do the same. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys feel like sharing the Travel Snacks channel, that's also very helpful, because you know, more people will know about it and we'll build our community bigger. So that's great. Thank you so much, Margaret. Oh, Van Life Rocks popping through with a $2.99. Thank you. Let's get it popping. I like those little emojis with this big thumbs up. This one has a thumbs up on here. Let's see.
Yes. Yes.
That's a cool one. Thank you, Ray. Ray, I don't know if you're comfortable with it, but if you are, what beach area are you in? Because you always say you're at the beach, but I'm like, where? What state are you in? Or like, what beach area? If you feel comfortable, let us know. Okay, is there an option to, whoa. Sometimes the chat scrolls up for me and I have to scroll back. Is there an option to watch all of your videos in chronological order from the beginning? Okay, so if you go to Travel Snacks and then go to the playlists tab, I think there's well, there's for sure a playlist called Travel Snacks, just like Travel Snacks TV. And that's just all my videos. I always put every video in that playlist. So I imagine you could probably, I wonder if they have a like reverse sort. If anybody knows, let it be known in the chat. But you could probably do a reverse sort. And if you can't, you could just go from the bottom up. I don't know if it would play the next one up, but you could try that. Or you can just go to my videos page and it says play all. And I'm not sure if you can do a reverse sort for that, but check that out. Hopefully that's a little helpful. Okay. My name is pronounced, oh, Jaja. Okay, so it took Harley. Janea, is it Janae or Janea? Sorry if I'm still messing it up. Okay, let's see. Thank you for the scripture reading. Words to live by, yes. Okay, awesome. Our subconscious doesn't always take into the conscious truth of what God tells us is true. It's still true, but it takes a lot of daily work. That's exactly like, I'm not choosing to be anxious like on purpose. Like I recognize when I'm being like when I'm like my brain is like forcing me to be anxious, like my body. This probably sounds crazy, but it's not like I'm obsessing and being like, oh my gosh, like I can't get all this stuff done. I know it's all going to get done. Like I have full faith that God controls all of the things, but for some reason my brain is just like, we have so many things to do. Okay, Bosman 707. Okay, so I have to ask, are you mechanically inclined engine? If not, what happens when you break down? Also would like to know, what do you do as work so that you don't ever run out of money? So, I mean, I'm not like a mechanic. I do have a portable jump starter. I have AAA, and I don't go into like crazy areas. Like I don't like stay in crazy areas. I always am pretty cautious and aware. So if I break down, I mean, you never know, just like anybody, if you're on a trip and you're in the middle of nowhere, Texas, because Texas is huge. For example, on my last journey, I was driving in Texas and there was like spans that were just like straight desert. Then I suppose you would just call AAA and have them tow you or jump your battery or something like that. And if not, I don't know, I guess I'll just have a long walk ahead of me. And for work, I do YouTube, and I have, since this channel is monetized now, there's YouTube ad revenue, and I get donations to the snack fund from generous viewers like all of you. And also I'm very frugal and I don't overspend. So, and especially now that I bought this van, so I'm not going to have a van payment, and basically I'll be able to cook in the van now. So I'll be saving money on that. So, you know, I have things like insurance and all these other things, but you know, I'm not a big spender. I'd like to hear the story how you came up with the name Travel Snacks. Okay. Let me read some of these comments and then I'll circle back around to that. Hey, Flower Girl, how are you? Happy weekend. Hey, Teresa from Kitchener, Ontario. Awesome. I was at Torrey Pines State Beach. Oh, that's so close. For 2.5 months. As the weather cools down, I'm heading to the desert. Okay, awesome. Well, if you're still in San Diego, let me know. I have seen all your videos listed. They seem to be in reverse order, newest, first, and the oldest. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Tell us. We missed Torrey Pines last time. Okay, I'm curious, what do you do for work? This is it, YouTube. That's my work. Hey, Jeff, how are you? Millions and millions just rolling in. Yeah, exactly. Multitasking and splitting yourself into many areas will cause that. Creating a to-do list should help. Yeah, if you guys like, so I have all these like to-do lists that I have, like I start and then I'm like, okay, I need to do some other things. And like I have papers everywhere because I start all these like lists about the fan build and I make sketches. And then I have just, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm managing. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Okay, so how did I come up with the name Travel Snacks? I was in Europe and I was doing a podcast. I was wanting to do a podcast with a friend of mine, and she and I were trying to think of a name for a travel podcast. And we were thinking about like all these other different names for the podcast. And then somewhere along our journey, well, this story, I'm all over the place today. This story has two parts to it. Okay, let me reverse. Hold on a second. My brain is getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I was in Europe in 2018, and I was in Budapest, and I was in this Airbnb, and it was like not convenient to go out and get food. And so one night I was just like, I'm so hungry, but it's dark now. I don't want to be walking around at night, and I didn't have like any way to really get food, but I had my travel snacks. And so I was like, oh, travel snacks. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that would be like a great name for, a podcast or like whatever, or like YouTube or something like that. And so then last year I was in South America, and my friend and I were trying to think of a name for a podcast. And then she and I decided to do two separate podcasts. But I remembered the travel snacks thing from back when I was in Europe. And I was like, oh my gosh, travel snacks. That's what I'm going to call it. So I had forgotten about it, and then I remembered it again. And that's how I came up with the name Travel Snacks, because I love travel snacks. I don't think I could go on any journey without snacks. So that's how it came about. Let's see. Get a tasks app on your phone, much easier to keep track of. I'm pretty sure I have that too. I have so many things. But let's talk, because now I lost, wait, where's my notes? See, now oh boy. Okay, here it is. I have a lot to talk about this week. So we went over the 9,000 subscribers. We talked about liking the video if you have, or the live stream, so like it. Let's talk about cornbread, because I got it. So for those of you that don't know what's happening with cornbread, let me refresh. I'm curious about your musical career. Will you talk about that a little? Okay, let me write this down, so I'll come back to that. Music. We're going to talk about cornbread. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, that haven't been on the live streams, I don't know, I can't remember how we even got started on cornbread. I think it was maybe one of the would you rather questions that we play a game at the end, or I can't remember, but long story short, we were talking about cornbread, and some of the people on the live stream were like, I've never even seen cornbread, or some people were like, I've never eaten cornbread. And some of us were like, how are you a person and you've never had cornbread? So there's a couple people in here that were supposed to have cornbread last week and didn't, Grant. And so we challenged Grant, who's in the chat. Grant, you can see he says cornbread. We challenged him to find some cornbread and eat it. So I got an email this week from Grant saying he couldn't find cornbread. So he decides to make full-on cornbread. I have pictures. Wait, let me find the first one. And I think it's really cool that he went and bought the actual, like, wait, let me turn down this. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's the Bob's Red Mill cornmeal. And of course, you don't just eat cornmeal. You have to make cornbread if you're going to get cornmeal. So he sent me this email saying that he was going to legit make cornbread, and I'm so proud. And so before this live stream, he sent me a picture saying he did it. He made his first cornbread. And look how good this looks. I'm very proud. That's a good looking cornbread. So now that we've seen the picture, and now that we have knowledge that you made the cornbread, Grant, let's see. Let me get a drum roll. Maybe you already said it and I haven't checked the chat yet. But let's get a drum roll. I don't know. That's an explosion. Let us know. What do you think of the cornbread? Do you love it? Do you just like it? Or do you hate it? Or do you just think it's whatever? I made some cornbread after last week's podcast. Yes, Mike, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Such a blessing that you're able to travel the world like that. Yes. And I didn't start traveling like internationally really until my 40s. So for those of you that may have not had a lot of travels yet, don't be discouraged because, I only went to like Mexico and Canada until my kids were older, and then I could really focus on doing some things like that. Oh, Grant has a sad face. Maybe that's from because you didn't do your homework last week. Chef Life Van Life, it was me. I said I had made some and then it went off the rails. Okay, that's right. Kendra from Chef Life Van Life, also a great channel. Check out her channel as well. And she's also got a another channel about food, so check that one out as well. And hello. Q's World, never eaten cornbread. Yeah, one of life's blessings. That's what I'm saying. Hi from San Francisco Bay. Awesome. Journey of love and light. Welcome. Grant did the damn thing. Love it. Yes, he did. I never have until now. Marie Callender's cornbread. Yes. I had Marie Callender's cornbread on last week's live stream. It looks great. Yummy. Well done, Grant. Did you love it? Here we go. Very Johnny Carson, David Letterman, like using the display, the picture. Awesome. Way to go, Grant. Don't forget the butter. Carol's has awesome cornbread. Never too old to travel if you're healthy. Yes, not bad. Not bad at all. Yes. Yeah, and he made it from scratch. I'm so happy. Yay. I hope he used butter. I know you probably can't eat like honey or something sweet, but you should be able to have butter and it's delicious. Yeah, adding the butter just, it just takes it over the edge. It's just an added bonus. I mean, cornbread is delicious on its own, especially if it's a moist cornbread or like one that's just like full flavor that's made with a lot of butter. But if you just slather some more butter or honey butter, oh my gosh, just can't even. It's so good. Now I want more of that. Okay, good. I'm glad you're eating it with butter. Thank you, Grant, for doing your homework. I'm glad you like cornbread. We've saved another person in the world from a cornbreadless life. So I feel happy about this progress. I feel like it's far more fun to travel than to arrive at a destination. I like all of it. I like traveling because even when things go wrong, you're still like having a journey or having an experience. I got my first passport in 2018, saved 2 years to travel to Europe in 20. There you go. Use the resources you have. And also like just travel whenever you can. So it might take some time, but also, it's great. Grant is the GOAT. Way to go. And if you guys don't know what GOAT is, it's greatest of all time. Oh, better with bacon. Now you're taking it to a whole new level. Oh, and then COVID hit. Oh, dang. Hey, Danielle, how are you? You're late, but no problem. We're still talking. Cornbread, butter, and honey. Yes. It's actually quite good. I'm now thinking about what else to put on it. This is where it goes. You get down this path, and now cornbread is just going to be just a wonderful thing. Ooh, maple syrup. Yes, I have had cornbread with maple syrup, and it's very delicious. You can even use, I like to use honey on it. Some people even put like jam on it, but it just depends on your flavor tastes. That's a bummer about Europe and the COVIDs, but you'll still get there. Don't worry about it. Maple cured bacon. Oh my gosh, everything is better with bacon. Let's be real here. When I was eating meat, I'm not gonna lie, I do like bacon. I do like some good bacon, but I don't like the like wiggly bacon. I don't like crisp bacon, but no, I don't like the not done ones. I love the freedom of the open road. So many roadside diners serving cornbread. Yes. Bacon, cream corn, and jalapeno and cheese. Oh man. Marie Callender cornbread mix in a Dutch oven. Oh man. Cornbread with peanut butter. I've not tried that. That would probably be delicious. COVID won't last forever. Exactly. COVID. Yeah. Things are going to start opening up more and more, and you'll be able to, this is a temporary, situation, I believe. I add honey to my cornbread. Yes. Ever had grits and shrimp? I have, and it's delicious. Grits are related to cornbread. Yum. I can't believe I never had this until now. That's what we're saying, Grant. And anybody else on here that hasn't had cornbread, you need to experience it. Now, it may not be for everybody, but something like my hair keeps bugging me. I don't know what's happening today. Um, but eat the cornbread. Cornbread and in a glass of milk or with a glass of milk. Because I mean that'd be like cereal and milk, but with cornbread. Could be good if you like make like a crisper cornbread crust. Crispy anything. Hey Alicia, how are you? I am doing well. How are you doing? The cornbread possibilities are endless. Yeah, it really is. I love your channel. Yes, her channel is great. In a glass of milk. Cornbread with green eggs and ham. You're making me want to eat again. I know. I want cornbread again, but I ran out. So that's a bummer. I think the van life is calling me. Oh, awesome. I love traveling. Must be some gypsy in me. You've been inspiring. I'm about the same age as you, and these lifestyles seem to suit you. You know what? I didn't know if I liked it until I tried it. And I just tried like, one step at a time. Like I tried one night and living in my car, a week living in my car. And then I went on like a 3 weeks journey in my car. It was hard. Don't get me wrong. Like it's not an easy thing because it's very challenging, but I really loved just the freedom of it. And yeah, there's a lot of inconveniences living in a car, but a lot of the benefits outweigh because you're getting to see so many things and meeting people and eating good food and you're saving money. So it's, and then now that I liked it and then I'm moving on to a van, it's like a progression. And so you got to give it a try. If you feel like it's calling you, then you should try it and see if you love it. Getting ready to move. Oh, okay. Moving sucks, but I hope you're moving somewhere you love. You must eat it all up, Grant. It dries out in a cup. That's true. My cornbread, I left it out on the counter. I think I probably should have put it in the fridge because it started to smell like sour, which is weird because I only made it with water, but maybe whatever's in the cornbread maybe is made with like dairy stuff. So definitely eat it quickly or put it in the fridge. Let's see. The other day, my wife asked if I'll get another van to travel in. I told her I would oh, that's awesome. My dad is from the South. He does buttermilk with cornbread in a glass. Oh my gosh, that's funny. With cornbread for dessert. I don't care for the buttermilk, but milk works. Interesting. That is very interesting. Were you ever scared while you were sleeping in your car? I was never scared like sleeping in my car. There were times where I would drive through neighborhoods where I didn't feel comfortable, so I didn't park in those places. Sometimes I was very tired, but I was just like, I don't care. I'm not going to park somewhere I feel uncomfortable. But I was never scared sleeping in the car. I don't think there was ever one time. But I have a very strong faith in God, and I feel that He's going to protect me every step of the way. And if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But don't take it lightly. Like be cautious, be aware of your surroundings. But I never felt scared, but I don't know. That's just me, I suppose. Would you bring any plant life with you? Maybe just herbs to help cook it. I do want to start out with maybe one little plant, probably a succulent, because I think they're hard to kill. I'm not really great with plants. In the past, I haven't typically been known for keeping plants, but I do want to have something, and maybe some herbs would be good because that would be helpful, to have at least like some basil. Maybe some, I don't know, rosemary or oregano because I like those, but we'll see. My cornbread recipe called for buttermilk. I don't think I've made homemade, so I'm impressed, Grant. I don't think I've ever made like homemade cornbread with cornmeal. My family of 5 traveled the Western United States for a month in a minivan in 1998. That's awesome. I live in Alabama. I loved Alabama, cornbread country, but I can't eat it, unfortunately. Oh no! But my boyfriend likes me to cook it in honor of your cornbread challenge. I'll make some. Oh, yay. Sorry you can't eat it. That's terrible. But at least somebody, in your house will be able to enjoy it. But I was in Alabama on my last journey, and I loved Alabama. I thought it was awesome. I would definitely go back. Be safe, be smart, but fear stops you from doing stuff. Agreed. I've said this before. I think fear is an illusion. Danger is real, but fear is just my opinion. I think fear is, I don't want to say fake. There's a real thing as fear, but I think that the majority of the time, fear is something that's in your brain. It's something that you've made up. Like I could be like, oh my gosh, someone's going to like break into my window right now. And that could happen, but it's probably not going to happen. But if I just let myself just marinate on that thought, that's a fear that's not a real thing. So I personally don't like to get down that rabbit hole of fear, because a lot of times fear is just not a real thing. It's just not real. So I don't indulge my brain in that. I'm going to try a few herbs and a cactus. Oh, okay, cool. Let me know how that goes. I'd like to know about that. I'm researching how I can do microgreens on the road. I've seen that. Let me know how that, anybody that does any kind of microgreens, any kind of herbs, or any kind of like real living plants in a van or car or RV, let me know, because I'd like to experiment with that, but I don't want to get crazy. I'm not going to be, well, at least for now, I'm not going to be the van life person that has like all the strung up like leaves all over the bed. I can't have that. Van life is, let's see. Have you ever met up with some of the Black van lifers and discussed your experiences? I haven't so far, because I haven't been out in my van yet, because I'm still building my van. So I do want to meet up with a lot of people on my next journey once I leave. False expectations appearing real. Yes, that is perfect. Fear fictional events appearing real. Yep, I agree. I do them now at home. Okay, that's awesome. Microgreens, that's a good idea. Sprouts would be cool. I don't like sprouts. I know it's weird. Fear is also the opposite of faith. That's also true. Amen. There are a few van lifers that have said they were broken into when they were sleeping. I've heard that too. And I mean, it's a very real possibility. But I'm not going to let it stop me in terms of traveling. I think you just have to be as careful as you can in terms of like, don't park where you think you could. I mean, you could get broken into in your house, you know? So I think it's just a matter of like try to be as safe as possible. Should leave. I lived in Utah for 40 years and never once locked the door. That might be stupid, but nothing bad has ever happened. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of communities where people don't even lock their doors. So, I mean, it just depends on your comfort, you know? I just never felt, I don't know. I thought that maybe I would, but I never felt scared ever. And maybe because I was too tired after driving around all day. I was like, I'm tired. I have no time for fear. Wherever you've been, how did you deal the best way possible with either the hottest of hot or the coldest of cold? Granted that the air conditioning or heater does not work all that well. Hey, Donnie, how are you? So the coldest of cold, I think the lowest that I slept in my car was like 28 degrees Fahrenheit, and that was cold. Anytime it dipped below 30, even in the 30s, it was cold. Don't get me wrong, but I had a lot of blankets. I made a video about what I used, my layering. And I basically just layered up. And I would blast my car heater as I was driving around looking for a spot at night. And so my car would be like, I would almost be passing out. It was just so hot in there. So I'd start the car like at night with it being super hot in there. And then I would get under the covers, and it would be fine for most of the night until like, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning, I'd start to feel very cold. But you could always turn your car back on. I tried not to. And then in the heat, I wasn't like, there were times where I was really hot in the car, but I would crack my moonroof, my sunroof in my car. And then I would just sleep in shorts and a tank top, and I would just like lay like perfectly still. But I know it can be very, very hot. And I didn't experience probably the hottest of hots at night, but there were times, especially in Louisiana, where it was getting very hot. So I think you just have to like do the best you can. They also have those little like clip-on little fans that you can plug into your USB or your cigarette lighter. And I haven't, I've used it like a couple times, but I didn't really feel the need to use that a lot, because I also didn't want that sound to be going and somebody to be hearing me sleeping in my car. So you just have to do the best you can. I've done microgreens, but not in a van. Also aeroponics, hydroponics, and oh, that's interesting. I heard there was a website called Chasing 70s. Does anybody know? Yeah, I've heard about that. And there's a diagram this guy made, and it's like tells you where, like what months to go, what states. He doesn't go through, as far as I remember, there's like not every state is covered, but it talks about like what states to go to in what months, so that you're around the 70 degrees temperature, which I believe is during the day. And then at night, it's almost always going to be cooler. So you have to just take that into account. What are the best states to van life in? I haven't tried van lifing yet because I'm still building my van, but I'd say any state really. But of course, I know that what you're saying is like there's going to be states that are more open to van life parking or more like forest land or something like that. So I'm not sure. Once I get out of my van life, I'm going to be doing more videos like this that'll answer these questions, not only for you guys, but for myself too. So once I get out there, I'll be able to give more information after my experiences. I'm thinking two herbs and one small cactus. Nothing crazy in my van is a minivan. I think that's a good start. I think two herbs. I think two herbs would be good. Hey, Matthew, how are you? Let's see. Traveling across Montana 12 years ago, got to negative 24 below when I wanted to sleep. I didn't shut the engine off as I was afraid it would start. That's facts. You could stay inside at our home if you're traveling in the great snowy north of Wisconsin. That's awesome. I might because I want to go to Wisconsin. Jeff Jones, nice. I'm doing the micro. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So we covered our cornbread situation. Again, thank you to Grant for doing his homework, and I'm so glad you liked cornbread. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so I've been cleaning up. I've been like really going crazy. Like I had like this past Monday, I was like, okay, now you're building the inside of your van and there's a lot going on and you still need to sell a lot of things because it's getting closer to the point where I'm going to be getting this van done and getting ready to leave. So I've been really like working like from like 6 a.m. until like 9 or 10 p.m. just like on the van and then on everything else. And I've been selling more things and I sold my bed. So I sold this bed. I sold the mattress that this bed is on. And that is very good because I need to buy a new bed, a smaller bed for my van. So that person's coming to get my bed tomorrow. And so that was a good thing. Also, I've been like selling a bunch of stuff. And I'm preparing, like yesterday, what I did is I started taking everything out of like the bathroom that I'm in here at my parents' house. I took everything out of the cabinets, threw away a bunch of stuff and like pared it down to like what I could pretty much fit in like one big drawer in the van. I started pulling out all my kitchen stuff that I'm going to need for the kitchen in the van. So I'm starting to get it like organized. So I'm very excited about this. And I have a lot of updates for the van, which I'm going to go out and show you guys the van in just a couple minutes. But before I do, I want to tell you about two things. The first one is, actually it's a question. What have you guys been snacking on this week besides cornbread? Because my mom made chili yesterday and it was delicious. Now, this is not your typical chili because chili is usually made with like meat and beans. But all the time I was growing up, my mom made chili a different way, which it did have beans and meat, which I scooped around the meat. But my mom makes like the shells, like the, not macaroni. I don't know if it's macaroni, but it's the shells, like the pasta shells and the big ones. And then you scoop the chili over that. So it's like a spaghetti chili. And I know that's not typical chili, but it was so good. And then we usually have it with the saltine crackers. So how do you guys like your chili? Do you guys like chili with meat in it? Chili, do you think it's terrible if people put beans in chili? Because some people hate that. Do you like spicy chili? Because you know I don't. And this chili that my mom makes, I personally love it, but it's a little more watery. It's made with like stewed tomatoes, and it's more like a stew chili, if that makes sense. But let me know what you guys think about chili. And then the other thing I've been snacking on this week is green grapes because Walmart had them on sale, and they taste like sweet little candies. They're delicious. So that's what I've been snacking on this week. I live in the desert, so water is an issue. Oh, Ponic, anything uses much less water. Okay. Are you planning on having any kind of bathroom facilities in your van? Yes. I'm going to have well, for now, the plan is to build my own little like, um, it's like a bucket system with a diverter. Because when you do number ones and number twos, when those things combine, that's when it smells worse. So you're supposed to divert your urine into like one container and then your number two into another container. So I need to build that system out, and then I'll just bag it up every time. You can also use like somebody was mentioning the pine pellets, or you can use peat moss or something like that. So yes, I will have a bathroom in the van. I was getting rid of all the extra things. I'm in the process too. Oh, so you know how it's been. It's a lot of things. Look around your house. If you're in a house right now and like you just like you don't realize how much you have until you try to get rid of it. Coldest I've been in the van has been 22, but it's class B with a heater. Oh, dang. That's awesome. It's good stuff. Jeff, not a problem then, man. Purging belongings. Wait, I lost my place. Purging belongings is so cathartic. It is cathartic, but also some of the stuff you're like, I don't want to get rid of this, but I can't put this in my van. So I did ask my son in Texas if I could leave a couple mementos at his house because I'm going to be visiting him. And he said yes. So I'm probably going to try to put all my mementos into like one suitcase and then just leave that at his house because I don't want to be checking around like stuff I don't use in my van. Okay, here we go with the food. Hey, Anne, how are you? A lot of vegan potato salad. Ooh, yum. I might make that tonight. That sounds delicious. Okay. Vegan chili, broccoli bites, and hush puppies. Oh, I love hush puppies. Snacking on some peanut butter. Yum. Still snacking on cornbread, which you should. Also, when my health issues forced me to sell everything because of losing my house, I put my life story up on the internet. People were so kind. $5 for wooden spoons just to help me. Oh, that's so nice. That is so sweet. People really like rally together, and I think it's so awesome when people help each other out, especially like when you have to, are you forced to do certain things in your life? Because some of those things are not easy to go through. So I think that's good that that's working out. Fake freedom, never chili. Why? Sounds delicious, Elsa. I don't like it with meat and beans or just meat and spicy. I've been snacking on kiwis. Ooh, kiwis are delicious too. Hershey's with almonds, yum. Spaghetti chili. Yeah, it's like spaghetti chili, but like the shells. I think it's good, but never required. I love chili with beans. Without beans, with beans. Only beans like this week. White bean chicken chili. Ooh, oh, that sounds good. Jane says, I make my own spicy chili with meat, beans, vegetables, and brown rice flour. Oh, brown rice flour to thicken like a stew. Interesting. Okay. Lost my place again. I put in whatever I've got available. I love using your resources. Oh, popcorn. Okay. Build it and they will come. Yes. Spicy chili with meat. Okay. I had green grapes also. Okay, awesome. I freeze some and then throw them into drinks. I've heard that's awesome. Chili with some stewed chilies and tomatoes. The thicker, the better. Add onions, of course. There is really no wrong way to make chili. Chili is one of those like warming things. It just makes you feel like it's fall, or winter. It's just delicious. And also, you know what goes great with chili? Cornbread. That's another one. Hey, Crime TV UK. You just hit 2 million subs. Well, that's amazing. I'm glad you're here on our channel. Also love chili with cinnamon and cocoa. I've heard that's great too, like seasoning it with different flavors that you're not used to. Just amazing, but can do a little spice. Love it. Followed with lime yogurt as well. Oh, interesting. I've never heard of that. I'm making pumpkin chili. Pumpkin chili? Mom's said she's going to make pumpkin bread tonight or tomorrow, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Grant is asking, what's a hush puppy? Oh boy. Somebody, please, Jay, you got to enlighten my friend. A hush puppy. Oh my, you have to have hush puppies. I've been going through my stuff after we have been on watch for wildfires. Oh no, evacuation will make you think what's important. That's true. Let's see. Okay, so okay, Jay is basically fried bread dough. We did it with basil and garlic. Oh, I want hush puppies now. Hush puppies are balls made with fried cornbread. Not a chili eater. Okay, that's fair. Love chili beans. I love it. Felicity says I love it with beans, topped with shredded cheese and a dollop of sour cream. I don't love sour cream, but I do like it with cheese. And I personally don't, well, first of all, I've not been eating meat, but I personally love chili more so with beans, even before I was doing plant-based. I don't love the chunks of meat. I prefer like a bean, like a solid bean chili with like the shredded cheese. And now I want chili too. Chef Life, Van Life. Most van cooking channels are only reheating food. The more you cook, the more I will watch. I will say, if you're going to sleep in cold weather with or without a heater, middle of the van, a barrier to the windows or outside walls, and a hoodie. Blankets are better than sleeping bags. Interesting. Yeah, I would imagine Chef Life, Van Life is going to be doing some real cooking, which I can't wait to see those videos. So I don't know if you're doing those videos on your Van Life channel, but I hope you do, because that would be amazing, especially for somebody like me that's not a great cook. Like, I don't like to say that about myself. I mean, it's not like I'm a terrible cook, but I've never really invested any time into it. I'm not great at seasoning food. So hopefully you can make some episodes to help people like me that's going to live in a van that has to work with smaller spaces and simple ingredients. That would be something I would watch over and over. Grant, who knows? Yeah. Your snack pack is enlightening. We got him covered. A puppy that is hush. New homework. I've never had it either, but that's okay. Everyone making me hungry with taco food. That's what the channel's about. Peanut butter and chili. That sounds good. If you mix it in there, that's going to give it a little something. With all kinds of beans and onions and celery, no meat. Yeah, I like that too. Hey, Chris, how are you? Sorry I'm late. Had to laugh at Biden for a while. Margaret, in the meantime, you could check out my cooking channel. Oh, yeah, everybody check out Chef Kendra Wynn. I think he said his last time. I don't want to cook on the van channel until I'm finished with it. Oh, that's fair. I could see that. But yes, check out her other channel because there's a lot of good food on that channel. All right, awesome. Good, good, good. Hush puppies and fried catfish with homemade raspberry ice cream, food coma. That sounds delicious, Jeff. What apps to use while on the road? Okay, so a few apps, and then I'll talk about my last thing, then we'll go see the van. Oh, and then also, I forget who asked about my music. I think it was Margaret. Here's the apps that well, it depends on where you're traveling to. Like when I went to Europe, I had to use the Time Buddy app because that converted time. And then the Converter app, which converted because we use like miles instead of kilometers. I used it for like converting money and other things like that. I use Google Translate. I use WhatsApp when I'm overseas. Sometimes Airbnb, but probably not now because I'm going to have a van. And then I have a bunch of like van life apps. Some I've used and some I haven't. So I'll probably make a video about my apps that I end up using because there's so many of them. So if there's anything specifically that you'd like to know about, then just let me know. Okay. Faking meat lovers out with veggie ground chili pasta. Okay, that's interesting. Hey, Dee Dee. Yum homemade raspberry ice cream. That sounds delicious. Some of the best dining is small diners in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Wonderful chilies and spices and sauces that I've never. Oh, that sounds good. I haven't had meat in 10 years. I used to love it. I'm kind of on that path. I don't hate meat, but I don't care if I ever eat it. I'm always waiting patiently to see the van. I'm such a little kid. That's awesome. Hey, Jeannie, Armella TR. Hello, hello. Okay, the chef. Thank you. Okay. I think it was Margaret asking about my music. So since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a professional singer. And obviously life goes in different directions. And then I ended up moving to LA when I was, I don't know. I'm trying to think. It was so long ago. I moved to LA when I was like, I don't know, 19. Thinking I was going to become a famous singer. Ended up getting married, having kids. Then I was like, okay, I really want to do my music career. Made a CD back in like 2006. And during that process, I realized I didn't want to be a professional singer because it made me stop loving singing like for joy because I was doing it as a career or I was trying to. And so I made the CD and then I was over it. And then I didn't want to do it as a career anymore. So that's pretty much it. So I have a CD out there floating around. In fact, this week in all my stuff, I found my process box, which actually I took a picture of it. Um, this is took in the day to like make a CD, all this stuff, all these CDs and tapes, and then that's the final CD at the bottom. Um, it was a lot of processing because now people have like all the like electronics in their home and stuff. And back then people did too, but you had to burn things onto like CD. People weren't really doing like whatever transferring files and stuff like that. And I found a box of 100 of my CDs. What am I supposed to do with all those CDs? I think I'm just gonna throw them in the dumpster because like I don't need 100 of my CDs. Like it's ridiculous. And like I don't know what else to do with it because I'm not taking that into my van. So that's pretty much it for that. And Allison has an amazing voice. Check out her older videos. Oh, thank you so much, Grant. I can relate to that. It is for the same reason that I never became a cartoonist for a career. Yeah, so like if there's something that you enjoy so much, like it's really deep in your heart, you might think, oh, I want to do this as a career, and you start to do it. It becomes like work, like a job, like a paid hobby. But it sounds great, but sometimes when you're working with other people in that capacity and they're pushing you to do that thing that you love so much, it can become like you start to hate that thing. And I was getting to that point where I hated the music industry. I hated the people I was working with. Not all of them, some were great. I hated the way the industry was so shisty. And I hated having to do it. I love to sing because I love to sing and I want to just do it because I love it. And I started to hate it. And I was like, I need to quit now before I just end up hating music. And so that's what I did. Too often, I hear in my mouth. When a love to becomes a have to, we lose the love of it. Way to understand yourself and your journey, even if you missed music. We'll buy the CD. You don't need to buy them. If there was a way to ship them for free, I'd give them all away. So sell your CDs to us. We would buy them. If you guys want to pay for shipping, I'll just literally send you the CD for the cost of shipping. I don't need to make money on them. So have a giveaway. I'll give it away. That's fine. I counted them. I have like 111 CDs that I need to give away. I did that as a photographer, and in the end, I lost the spark and quit it. Same thing. But once you push past that barrier, it can be the gravy train. That's true. But also, I don't put myself down. But also, I'm not the best singer in the whole world. Like comparatively to like some of these like other singers. I mean, there's some really worse singers that are out there famous. But also, I'm not like the best singer in the world. I can sing, but I know my limitations. So I was like, am I really going to put my whole life into this thing, knowing that I'm probably not going to be at the top of my game of over like a bunch of other people? So I don't know. That's a whole nother story. Dee Dee says the vegan ground beef. That's true. I've had that, and I think it tastes really similar. I felt that with cooking, same. After culinary school, I was working in restaurants and stuff and hated it. It happens, but I still love cooking, but on my terms. There you go. That's how I kind of feel about YouTube. Like, I don't love editing, but it's my videos, so I really enjoy the process of putting out the videos, and I'm sharing a lot of information, and then we have the snack pack, so it's very rewarding for me. So I actually love it. Thank you for giving me the courage to take this trip to is it North Carolina? Ooh, I'm so glad, Danielle. But look at what they got to do to be rich and famous. Exactly. I don't want to put that much like of my life out there. Most of the best singers anymore are all out of tune. That is true. That is true. There's a lot of just like good, like creative people that are good at marketing, or good at auto tune, or good at making themselves look good, which I'm not mad at. If you can succeed, then go for it. But there's a lot of people that aren't like that super talented, like musically, but for whatever reason, they have like the it factor. I just didn't want to put myself in that limelight like that. I realized it pretty soon in. So I was like, nah, we got a dislike. How dare you? I think it's funny when people give me a dislike or give this live stream a dislike. I'm like, why are you even watching it? Like, what are you doing? Go. Like, I don't understand. I agree with you on all of that about the music business. I've been around 2 bands that went to Nashville and made CDs. They were so over processed, you couldn't hear it was them. Exactly. I know. Where is Monique? We said that about you last week, Fake Freedom. We were like, where are you guys? Some people are jerks. True. Allison, you are very approachable, and because of that, you make us all feel like we are personal. But oh, that's so sweet. I feel like you guys are my friends. I'm always excited to come on here and be like, okay, what can I tell you guys? What have we done? Like, what's this channel doing? Like, it's a very rewarding process. And like, I keep thinking of the day, like when, not the day, but the days in the future where we can like organize some like meetups, or like when I'm traveling, I can like, oh, not today, because I don't want to write it all down. But as we go along, when I get out of my van, I want to start like writing down where you guys are, like as I go to some of these places, because like maybe we can do meetups, or like, I don't know, just something, because it'd be cool to like do some cool like snack pack situations. Hey, Danielle, thank you so much. That is so awesome. Thank you very much. This is very helpful to the van build. Let me see. I'm going to give you a, let's see. Let's give you a, thank you so much, Danielle. It's truly appreciated, and it super helps the van build. Okay, let's see. Hi, I appreciate you are down to earth and authentic. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, hey, how are you? My Ozbubble? Is that how it's pronounced? I'm a seamstress and went through the same thing. I love sewing, but when I started doing it for a living, it became a chore. Exactly. I would love to do a meetup. Yeah, me too. That would be fun. Monique, you're like, you just appeared after we were talking about you. I'm so glad you're here. I just got on and heard, where's Monique? I'm here. I miss you guys. We've been missing you, Monique. We've been asking where you've been. Are you doing well? Are you out in your car? What are you doing? When people are missing, you start to get concerned. You're starting to think like, where is she? Where is he? Where is this person? Like, and we're not like friends in real life. I don't have anybody's numbers. I guess I could DM people, but like, people have their own personal stuff too. So it's like, you don't want to pry, but also you're just like, I hope they're okay. I don't have any way to get in touch, but we're glad that you're here. Yeah, I do want to do some meetups. So like, if you guys think about it, maybe send me a DM on my Instagram, which is travelsnacks_. And just a quick, where you're from, and just say your name or your name that's on here so I can recognize you. Cause I'm going to make like a little list. I know we're starting to get a lot of people, but I know a lot of you from being here a lot. And I want to start making a little list that I can have on my journey. So I'm like, oh, this person's here, this person's there. I'm going close to that place. So let me know if you guys get a chance to do that. Let's see, meetup. I met up with Jeff at Home Depot because I'm always there. So, and right now, because of the van build, it's so busy. And I'm sorry again to those that I haven't gotten back to email wise. I'm still trying to catch up on comments, and I'm still trying to catch up on emails. So thank you for your patience. I'm so close to being ready for a road trip. Oh, I'm so glad. Where are you going to go, Chris? Have you picked a favorite color for the interior and exterior van? The exterior is going to be white with like a black bottom strip. And the interior, I'm going with a dark navy blue and white scheme. So I'm going to show you that now. Actually, I think we're ready to go check out the van. Let's see. Here, I got concerned. I feel that Chris, okay. Let's go. Create a Facebook group. I'm never on Facebook, so I would probably like abandon that and forget about it. So I don't really want to do that. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Don't do Instagram. Okay, and we'll just let's see. You could send me an email. email at allisonsharpe.com, or just, oh, leave it in any video of mine. Just leave it in the comments. Put your name and your city or wherever. I read all comments. Even if I can't get back to everybody like right away, I do get back to every, or I at least read all the comments. So you can go on any one of my videos if you don't want to do Instagram and just put like, hey, I was on live stream. Here's where I live. Not your address, of course, but you know, near. So then I'll know. Is it a gospel CD? I might have missed info as I'm at work. Is my CD a gospel CD? It's not. It's an R&B CD. R&B. A Facebook group would be a great idea. I would do Facebook, but I am never on Facebook, so I feel like I'd forget about it. Kels Acosta's in the house. Snack Chat Saturdays. Hey, Kels. Kels has another great channel. A lot of the channels that I shout out, I don't know why these channels don't have more subscribers. So if you're on here and you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Kels Acosta, Chef Life, Van Life, Sorgy Stories, Van Life Rocks. If I'm missing anybody, let me know. All these channels are great channels, and they all need to be like lifted up. So do that. Has anybody recognized you in public yet? I had I had Jeff at Home Depot recognize me, but I have had one person, which is so funny because it was like before I even had 1,000 subscribers, I believe. I was at a local airport. I was flying super early in the morning, and I don't know if he was a TSA agent or like just like a airport employee. But he's like, travel snacks? And I was like, it was like so early. And I was like, what? And he's like, I recognize you. Your channel got recommended to me. And I was like, that is so weird because I'm not even a popular channel. It was like, I think I had less than 1,000 subscribers at the time. So that's the first time I was recognized because that's YouTube famous. Thanks. Anytime I can, I will. Yes, thank you so much. Need that van done. More like snacks, I guess. Exactly. Hey, Janice, how are you? I've been watching past videos. I just watched the White Sands video. I had no idea you could get into parks for less if you are solo. I skipped 2 parks because I didn't want to pay the $25. So, I don't know if that's all parks, but I think some parks do. What I'm talking about, what Janice is talking about is, if you pull up to like a national park, or monument or whatever, usually there's going to be a sign that says like $25 to enter. But if you're just one person in the car, then sometimes they'll charge you less money because you're just like, it doesn't make sense to charge 25 to a car full of people and 25 to a car with one person. So you could call ahead to find out. But I think a lot of the parks, they charge a less rate if it's just one person in the car. Also, you can get I think it's called America the Beautiful Pass. It's $80 for the year. But you know, it just depends on how many national parks you feel you're going to go to in a year. I didn't think I was going to go to that many this year, and obviously not with COVID now. So I didn't want to buy it. But once I get back on the road, if things are open back up, I'm going to consider it because I'm going to be living out on the road. So I might get that one. So I'm not sure yet. Hey, George Cox, that's my dad. So everybody say hi to George. It depends on when I leave out. I'm thinking RTR in January for my first long trip. Ooh, that'd be cool. I don't do Facebook or IG. Okay, Journey of Love and Light. Just send it in a comment, any of the comments on any of the videos. For those of you that don't know, if you do YouTube, I don't have to go through every video to read all your comments. So in the back end of YouTube Studio, it lists every comment on every video. So that's how I can respond to people just like in bulk, like not in bulk, but one at a time. And I can see what video you're commenting on. So it doesn't matter what video you comment on, even if it's an old video, you can just make a comment and I'll see it. I'm not on Facebook at all. I'm only on Facebook just to check and see if anybody's left me a message, and some people do, and so I like to keep up there. And there's a lot of people when I've met on the road that don't use Instagram. So I'm like, okay, well then, you know, follow me on Facebook so I can get in touch with you in the future. Let's see. I gotta scroll back. I was sick, not COVID. I was staying at an Airbnb. I'm better now. Okay, thank God. Well, we're glad you're here, and I'm glad that you're feeling better. That'd be fun. Was around too much darkness. Mike might be able to explain better. Oh no, fake freedom. Hope you're doing okay. I got to have this this CD, Allison. You guys, listen. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. Stay there. This is my process box from when I was making my. Let me try to pull it because I put all the CDs at the bottom. All these are like when you record, you have to like do all the takes on CDs, and then you don't do it all at the same time. They're all different tracks. So these are like Pro Tools files, like disc number 1. This is back, years ago. Like it's a long time ago. I'm just going to show you the CDs. I can't pull them out because at the bottom, but I have all these CDs. There's 100 of these. I ordered 1,000 of these, you guys, because I thought I was going to be famous. 1,000. And low-key, like, I probably sold like 10 CDs. I probably sold like 10 when the CD came out. I wasn't even mad because I was just like so over the whole process. And so I had like 1,000, or I don't know, maybe I sold 100. I'm just making that up. I had 1,000 CDs. Whatever I had left was like, I had boxes bigger than this of all the CDs that I had left. And so when me and my last husband, my ex-husband, when we split up, I was like, can you just take the box of all my CDs and do something with it? Because I don't have the heart to throw away all the CDs that I paid for. So he took it, and I think he threw away like he kept it for a while, and then he threw away like a majority of it, but then he kept like a stack of CDs just for whatever. And then I kept some CDs too. So I have all these CDs. So whatever, if you guys want a CD, you know what I'm gonna do? Like if you guys are legitimately wanting one of these CDs, I wonder if I could, because I think it's still on iTunes. I wonder if I can lower down the price to like a penny or like 10 cents. And then actually, I wonder if I could sell it on my, website for like a penny and just charge shipping. Anyways, if you guys are serious about it, let me know. Because I don't mind giving them away, but I just don't want to like pay for the shipping. So that's that. All right, so enough about that. Let me throw the stuff back in here, and then I'll take you guys outside for the van stuff, because there's a lot that happened this week. Okay. Let me read these comments real quick. I dumped Facebook over a year ago. So much better without Facebook. Yeah, exactly. Facebook is a tool for business people to reach their clients. That's true. You're awesome. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome, Kels. Thank you for having a great channel. I deactivated my Facebook account. Too crazy negative at the moment. So true. What's your real name? I call you Snack Snack. That's cute. I don't mind. My real name is Allison. Jeff Jones, me too. January 2 years. I'm dreaming of heading west. Ooh. I'm going east, but maybe we'll meet up in the middle. National parks are free if you're disabled or senior citizen. That's true too. Yeah, it did say per car. I am definitely checking ahead. Awesome. Oh, Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I'm just reading back to some of these comments, and then I'm going to take you. Well, I guess I missed everything. I'm late. Hey, Eve, now, how are you? You only missed about the cornbread stuff. Grant actually had the cornbread. After a certain hours, the entrance station is unmanned and you can drive in for free. Ooh, that's good to know. My dad's finger is doing well. For those of you that watched the last video, it's healing very nicely. Hey, Ty, how are you? I'm doing well. Are you ready to show? I am. I'm going to go show you. I'm just trying to catch up to the comments. I don't have Instagram, Snapchat, or KitKat, or whatever they call it. I've run into a couple huge YouTubers in our Home Depot. One guy has over 3 million, another over 2. It must be a hot spot for you. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Oh man, I'll have to check that out. Stop sending your cold Canadian air down to the Midwest. That's how I'm thinking of going to see mom as an adventure. If car breaks down, depending on where I am, I have, I think, AAA. Okay. Put them on sale, for sale on eBay. Pro Tools, I remember editing. Yeah, Pro Tools, that was a whole nother situation. Okay. Christ Jesus gives me strength. Amen. My last husband. You sound like me, so glad I grew out of that. I've had 2 husbands, so I have to say my last husband. I like the song I Got You. Oh, thanks, Kels. Yeah, I have a bunch of CDs left and a guitar picks with the band names on them. Yep. Yeah, I'll sign copies if you guys want it. I'd have to take it out of the shrink wrap, but whatever. I watch your YouTube videos. Awesome. I'm proud of Grant for having cornbread. Me too. Well, Chris, I did used to live in San Diego for years, but I never drove from East. Ooh, that's what. Okay. All right. Blessings for your father's healed thumb. Amen. Show me that band. Okay. I think I'm all caught up. Whew, that's a lot of comments. But thank you guys. I'm happy to read all your comments. I'll figure out something about these CDs before I just throw them in the trash because, you know, I got to get rid of these CDs before I get in the van. I can't take them with me. Look at how my room's not as messy. It looks still messy, but not as messy. So I'll figure that out by next week and let you guys know. Okay. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi.
I think you ought to play a cut off of your CD, Alex.
My dad says I should play a cut off of my CD. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to read your comments after because I want to take you guys out. But, okay, first things first, here's my battery. I finally took it out of the box. This is the Renogy 200 amp hour AGM battery, and it's 127 pounds. So I can't lift it. Also, something very exciting I picked up at Lowe's in my countertop. So it's like a Formica or Corian or whatever it's called, but it's just one piece. And it's like a press board. I can't show it to you. Oh yeah, you can see. It's like a press board, but I'm gonna seal it up because I'm not trying to spend big money on counters because the counter's gonna be pretty small. Here's all my stuff I've been, you know, getting ready with all my bathroom and kitchen stuff. Here's all the clothes I'm trying to sell. This lump of, well, I can't really see it. Sorry for shifting so fast. So I got that. Then, oh, I picked up these tiles for the backsplash of my kitchen. But I gotta grout these and stuff. But do you guys like these? Got these on sale yesterday at Home Depot, which I was very excited about. I also picked up some electrical stuff. I got this bus bar that's for electrical. I picked up, this goes on the outside of the van to fill up my water tank. I picked up a fuse block, which is in a box, and I don't feel like taking it out. Oh, we're gonna go outside. If we get disconnected, stay on. If we get truly connected, I'll restart a new live stream, but hold on for a few minutes if we get disconnected, but I think we should be fine. Okay. Let me scroll back and just see if there's, hold on, because it said we're getting a bad connection. So let me stand here for a second and read the comments. You have to save some CDs for your friends. I will always keep some of the CDs. Fix me up with your PayPal and I'll take a CD. Cool. Your mom and dad are so sweet. Yes, they are. Hello, Allison's parents. Third time is the charm. Yes. Ray, how much does your storage unit cost? Cool countertop. Love it. Okay, good. Cornbread maple syrup, battery and workout equipment. Exactly. 127 pounds. Love the countertop. Okay, good. Varnish the press board. Okay, perfect. So that the water doesn't damage if it ever leaks. Okay, I'll do the varnish. You got to get more creative than that, Grant. Those are cool. Okay, so you guys like the tiles. Okay, awesome. The tiles are nice. It's like a twist to subway tiles. Yes, they are actually called subway tiles. People, what's up with all of you? Like the video. Yes, thank you. Please like the video or the live stream. I pay $165 a month for storage. You get 2 free months each year. How big would the water tank be? I'm going to show you the water tank right now. Not something. I know. Hopefully we're still connected. Okay, we're going to try this again. I don't know why it cuts out like sometimes and doesn't sometimes. Hopefully it stays connected. It's very windy out here. Okay, so first thing is my mom has been sanding down the doors because I'm going to spray paint these. And these just go on the side doors. Let's see. Those doors just pop right back on here. I was going to do like a whole wood thing. And I'm like, listen, I just got to get this van done. So I got stuff in my shoe. So I'm just going to pop these things back on, but I'm going to paint them to look nice. Let me see. Where's my water tank? My water tank is right here. I just got it this week. It's 18 gallons. Got the connectors. But it's pretty big. And so I originally thought that I was going to put it on top of the wheel well, but it's going to be too high. It's going to make the bed go too high. So now I'm going to have to readjust that. But this week we got the wheel wells framed out. So you could see the wheel wells. Say this one. Let me go on the other side. Oh, so let me show you this water tank. The water tank's gonna go there. That little plug that I can fill with the hose is gonna probably go here. So I have to drill a hole on the outside of the van so that you can hose your water into the thing. Then this water tank will go to my my sink pump. So then I'm gonna have a sink. But let me show you. So that water tank's gonna go to the kitchen area, which is gonna be right there. This thing right here it fell out, but I haven't secured it yet. But it's just gonna go into the window right there. I'm gonna cover it with some cloth because this whole wall is getting boarded up or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna cover that window. I'm gonna leave the back windows like open, but these windows are gonna get covered up. And then we started framing, which it doesn't look like a typical frame because I don't have a lot of attachment points. So we used like very strong adhesive and we're letting these cure for over 24 hours. And so far it's working well because we need to have attachment points for the wall. And then once we attach the wall, I can do the backsplash and some other things. I think that's it for that. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I did get a lot of stuff done in terms of like ordering parts. I had a doctor's appointment this week, so that cut a day out. My parents had another appointment this week, so that cut another day out. So this week wasn't like, we didn't work on a lot of stuff internally, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else before I go in. And just basically little things like these are the tracks that came off of the back of the van. And I'm going to spray paint those. Oh, I found this on Facebook Marketplace. This lady was just giving away these. They're like cabinet doors for free. So we used them on top of the wheel wells. And I'm going to probably use them for some other things because it's free.
You also secured and rerouted the electrical.
What?
You also secured and rerouted the electrical. That was awesome. That was a big job.
We did?
You did. You taped them all up.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, so there was a lot of wires along the door. I forgot to show you guys. So I taped all of them and put those all in a loom, which is like this plastic tube that's split. So I put all the wires and wrapped it all the way around. And so those are out of the way. It's cooling down here, but it's still a little warm outside. Okay, so let me read some of these comments here. Okay. Okay, so my water tank is 18 gallons. And it was really cool because our neighbor next door, they built their own Ford Transit van, which is like they just moved in like probably the beginning of this year. So what's the chances? Because I mean, like not everybody builds a van, but they converted their own van. So they've been very like open about like how they did everything. And so they had this 18-gallon water tank that they bought for their van, but then they decided they wanted to go bigger. So they just had this one. So I just bought it off of them for the same price as it was on Amazon. And then this week I haven't received it yet, but I bought the gray water tank. For those of you that don't know what a gray water tank is, a gray water tank is, although like it's technically dirty water, but it's not like poop water. It's like water that you use to wash the dishes, wash your hands, brush your teeth. It's just anything that goes down the sink. So typically, you know, you want to like wipe off your dishes first and, you know, could put your scraps in the trash. So when you're washing dishes, you're just literally washing like the layer of grime. So it's called a gray water tank because it's like gray water. And so the gray water tank, you just like can empty it out like on the street if you use like biodegradable products and stuff. So I ordered a 10-gallon gray water tank that we are going to secure under the van. This is another undertaking that we've never done, but I've watched a lot of videos on. So we have some ideas of how we're going to do it, but I didn't get like an 18-gallon water and then 18-gallon gray water because I feel like I'll be emptying that gray water more often. And what I'd like to do is get I think it's called an electric ball valve. And what it will do is I can just push a button or do like a flip switch that will, I don't have to crawl, like I don't have to get under the van to empty the gray water tank. It's like you push or toggle a thing and then it just opens the lever so that like if you're parked next to a storm drain or something, it could just drain out. So I bought a 10-gallon gray water tank. So that's something that we're going to be installing. This week I have to, let me look at my notes. Oh, I didn't show you. Dang. Well, on the wheel wells, let's see. I'll show you the picture. Before we built the wheel wells, I put kill mat on the wheel well, which is a sound deadener. It's like this like squishy stuff with a silver liner. And so I just like adhesived it on. It has a self adhesive, and so that's like deadens the sound, and supposedly provides a tiny bit of insulation, from what I understand. But it's called Kill Mat, and you just put it on the wheel well, and then you frame out the wheel well. But it took longer than longer than we expected, but those wheel wells are not going anywhere. And the reason we worked on them and secured them so well is because that battery is going to be going on top of the other one. And so it's got to be very strong. Okay, let's see. It is always windy out here. She's going to love this so much more than a car. She did so traveling. Yeah, I'm definitely going to love this more than a car. Y'all live on a freaking ranch. Where's the horses? It is fairly spacious, but we don't have any horses. The band is looking great. Thank you. I want to see you moving that water tank one-handed when there's never going to be a time where I'm going to move that water tank. It's going to be like, there's going to be like a little lip around it so that it can stay in place, or some brackets. That water tank won't be moved because it's going to be like, what 1 gallon of water is like 8 pounds. So 18, what is that? 18, I don't do the maths in my head. 18 times 8, 144 pounds. That water tank's going to be at full capacity. So that's not going to happen. There's going to be a lot of snacks happening in Allison's van, no doubt. That's true. I'm always going to have snacks. It's a pebble in your shoe. There are special hoses to fill water tanks like that, which should eliminate any particles from the hose getting into the tank. Okay. I'll check into that. I used to use those filling my water tank when I had a camper van. Of course, these days water is cheap to buy, and that might not be an issue. Allison, have you already shared? Oh, wait, I lost my place. Have you already shared the floor plan that you're using for your van? I don't think so. Let's see. I'm not an artist, but let's see. I have a sketch that I did. Okay, I'm just telling you. This is very basic, so don't expect much. But this is my sketch of my van. So this is the steering wheel. There's the cabinet that's already built in. There's the seat. Okay. I don't know if this is going to actually happen, but I have a little small pantry. The fridge is going to be up here. Toilet, which is going to have a handle that you pull out. I'm going to probably put that on like furniture slides, so it's easy to pull out. Cabinets, my sink. There's a little plant there that I put. Little water faucet. Cabinet. And then my bed is in the back, going like from window to window. And I'm going to have like, the mattress is going to be between a full and a twin. So a little bigger than a twin, but not quite as big as a full. And so that'll give me a little more space. And then under the bed, I'll have like 2 drawers. In the back, I'll have a little storage, but obviously that water tank is going to take up some space, and my electrical system is going to take up some space. So that's a basic layout. So hopefully that's helpful. Looks like a lot of progress has been made to me. Oh, awesome. Let's see. I love free, don't you? I love free. Is there a moderator here in the chat? There's not. Did we get somebody crazy? Sorry if I missed it. We don't have a moderator, but we might be able to do that in the future. Nice home. Thank you. That's my parents' home, so I'll pass on the message. Is your dad loving helping you to build out the van? I don't know if he loves it, but he's doing a great job. He's definitely helping. He hates it. He hates every minute of it. But I wouldn't be able to do it without him, so we have to get along as best we can. Who restricted that comment then? Oh, I don't know. Oh, it says message retracted, so I don't know. There was at one time, but Snow Panther hasn't been around for a while. Snow Panther comes in once in a while, but I'm not sure. Gray water. That comes down as okay. Yeah, you can retract your own comments if you do a typo or you just feel like you didn't want to say whatever you said. That van is going to be the bomb when it's finished. Great job. Yay, I can't wait. Shouldn't the gray tank be bigger than the clean water tank? I mean, some people do, but like obviously you need to pay attention because if you have 18 gallons and it can only go into 10 gallons, you're going to have to like make sure. They do have these like monitor things that you put in, like a level in the water, so it will tell you like a gas gauge. It'll tell you like full or empty and where it's at. But that requires extra parts, and I'm still thinking about doing that. But that would let me know like where things are in terms of balancing that out. But they're expensive, like things I don't want to spend money on. So we'll see. But you have to be very, cautious about it because you don't want to overflow your system. But you just need to make sure, like, I would imagine being out there, I would try to empty my gray water as much as I can, at rest stops or whatever. I don't know. I got to research that. Isn't this lady awesome or what? Will George be allowed to use the tile cutter? No. I had my water tank mounted below the small closed closet in my van. Okay, please excuse the crudeness of this model. Yes. Let's get ready for the master blueprints. Yes. I like that the fridge isn't on the floor. Yeah, that was one of my big things is like I wanted it to be so like I can just open the fridge and not have to keep bending down because I'm getting older and I don't want to do that. That's the same way my van was. The bed dinette was in the back. Yes. Will it be a composting toilet? Hey, Valentino, how are you? I mean, not a true composting toilet. It'll just be like, like maybe the pine pellets or the pine material, then the waste, and then every time you put stuff on top of it. But I'm not going to keep the waste in my van. I'm going to bag it up and throw it out often. Hey, Carol, how are you? Will you have a stove? I will not have a stove. I'll just have either my induction one burner cooktop, or I might move over to a one burner gas stove, but I'm not sure yet. But not, like I might have like, if that's what you mean, like a stove, like a stovetop. Yes, I will have that, but not an oven. Sorry, I was confusing those. Keep everything sharp away from George. Yeah. He loves it. Dads love to help their daughters. Will be forever dad. Yes, indeed. Why didn't you draw yourself in the driver's seat? I should have. I was going to put my bed in back too, but what if I get rear-ended while sleeping? Well, I guess you're going to wake up quickly. I love that you drew in a plant on the sink. I removed my own comment. Okay. Would you consider putting a closet over the foot of your bed for extra storage? I won't right now. I don't want to put any upper cabinets because I feel like I have enough storage just for myself. And I don't like things hanging over my head when I sleep. I don't like that feeling, even if I know it's secure. I just like to have it a little more open. So I don't want to do that. I already have a cabinet above the bed, like half of the bed length. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But if I start to need more, if I need more storage, then I will consider putting in upper cabinets. Oh, you said the foot of my bed. I still don't think so because I do have that cabinet over the back that you're reusing. Depends. I did use the diapers in my car, but I don't think I'm going to need that anymore. So that's a progress. Hey, Catherine, how are you? A reborn lover. Hi, please, can we play Would You Rather? Yes, we're about to do that right now. The P video was the best. People loved it. I don't know. They just loved it. All right. If you get rear-ended while you're sleeping, you're parked in the road. Okay, so is next Saturday Halloween? Because we didn't really talk about it. Oh yeah, it is. It's Halloween. We didn't really talk about it. I might do like a little costume. If you guys feel like doing a costume, and you want to, and you come on live stream and you're wearing a costume, you can like send me an email or something and I can show everybody what you're wearing. We talked about doing like a Zoom call, but I think it's gonna be very complicated because we all would have to register and all these weird things. And I don't know all of you, and I don't have like a way to just get in touch with all of you. So I think we'll keep it on here for next Saturday. But if you guys want to show off your costumes, send me an email@AllisonSharpe.com, and I can show everybody on my phone. Okay, so isn't chili and shells called goulash? I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, you're gonna have a haunted house? That's pretty cool. Except I don't like haunted houses. I wouldn't want to go in. All right, so I have hair on my shirt. Okay, I have the questions for the Would You Rather game. If you guys are ready for that, give me a thumbs up. And also thumbs up this live stream. Let's see. If you guys have never played Would You Rather, for those of you that are new, Would You Rather is just a game where I ask two questions, or it's one question with two options, and you just choose which one you would choose. And a lot of these are hypothetical situations, so you don't have to think too much into it. Just your first instinct, or you can think about it and then tell us why you chose that answer. And then after you've voted for yourself, you can vote what you think I would choose. Some of these are a little harder today. And I say hard, I don't know which one I would choose yet. So let me know why you guys are choosing these things. Let's see. Grant is in the big video. Yes, that video is probably my top video. Your van begins to look really great. I just had to scroll it back. Oh, back on my profile. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Do you have a P.O. box if we would like to send a gift? Oh my gosh, that's so nice. I don't have a P.O. box. I'm thinking about doing that in the future, but I'm not sure, because if I travel, because people have asked me if they could send like physical gifts or whatever, but like if I'm just in different states, I don't know. I'm going to look that up, because there's like these virtual mailbox companies where you can have one mailbox, P.O. box place, and then you can have them ship it to you wherever you are. But I think that could become costly, so I'm not really sure. So I'll keep you posted on that. But thank you for thinking of me. I live in America. Okay, thumbs up. I'll bring candy for everybody. Oh yeah, okay, so this is what we'll do. Everybody bring some candy to the live stream next Saturday, okay? We'll all have our Halloween candy, and if you're wearing a costume, that's a bonus. And then we'll talk about what candy we're eating and what we're dressed up as, and nothing horrific or nothing demonic or nothing spooky, or, I mean, you could do spooky, whatever. I can't tell you what to do or what not to do, but I don't like any of the like evil stuff. So I don't like that. But bring candy for yourself, and we'll eat candy, and we'll talk about costumes and stuff like that. Okay, so the first question, are you guys ready? The first question is, I'll have to find some sugar-free candy. Yeah, get some sugar-free candy or some kind of snacks. You can do like popcorn balls, donuts, something sweet. Well, not donuts for you. Do something, Grant. Cornbread. Do something that's festive. Candy corn for Grant. Okay, the first question is, this one I don't know the answer, what I'm going to choose, but would you rather take a bath in your dishwater or do dishes in your bath water? Both of those sound terrible, but which one would you rather? Grant, bacon candy, candy cornbread. Hey, that sounds like a good invention. Okay, take a bath in dishwater or do dishes in bath water. Okay, Anne is coming through with the first answer. Dishes in bath water. Dishes in bath water. Dishes in bath water. Dishes in, or bath and dishwater. Okay. Do dishes in my bath. I'm pretty clean. Okay. Bathe in my dishwater. Okay. Take a bath in dishwater. Slightly more sanitary, only slightly. Okay. Dishes in bath water, bath in dishwater, bath in dishwater, dishes in bath water. Okay. I think it's pretty close. I just made it like a rough little account of what you guys are choosing. All right. Which one do you guys think? I know Grant and Fake Freedom agreed on this one. Peanut butter cups. I need to get some of those for next Saturday. Frozen ones. Which one do you think I would choose? And also, if you already voted, why did you choose that way? I know Mike said that it's like slightly more sanitary. Carol, hey Carol, what bath and bathe in dishwater. I would hate spaghetti sauce on my body, and Snickers because it really satisfies. Snickers is delicious. I don't know my answer actually. I'll use disposable wares and just bathe. Oh, that's hey, that's kind of cheating, but also I respect the answer. Okay, suggestion. Place the water tank and battery in the center of the van between the wheel wells. This will help with weight distribution, vehicle stability, and less wear and tear on tires and suspension. I know, but then I'm losing my storage space. I thought of that, Ray. Waiting for Fake Freedom to say what you would do. I wouldn't want to eat off something that I bathed in. I think you would answer the same. Bath water used for private body parts would not touch my dishes. Bathe in dishwater. I wouldn't eat off dishes washed where my bathe in dishwater because I always rinse my dishes before I wash them. But that depends on the state of my dishes. All right. Bathe in dishwater. Okay, so Fake Freedom said bathe in dishwater for you. All right, has everybody voted and vote what they think that I would do? I shower before I bathe. Oh, that's a workaround. Won't the batteries equal out the water tank weight? So the way mine's going to be is, let's see. Let me use my 2 Home Depot receipts. So here's my wheel wells. So my battery is going to be on top of one wheel well, and then my water tank is where you guys saw it, which is going to be like kind of next to this water well. So it's going to be kind of even on the sides, and then in the middle will be like all, like, will be my stuff that's in the middle, like storage and my little dresser, stuff like that. So the weight will be kind of evenly distributed on the sides, but I do think that Ray from Van Life Rocks is right. Like in the center would be better, but in terms of giving some room for storage, I still think I'm going to put it kind of towards the sides. Bathe dishwater. I have to agree with Fake Freedom. I shower after Chris. I shower after I bathe. I shower after Chris. Okay, you'd bathe in dishwater. 150 pounds is nothing for that van. All right, so I never bathe, only shower. Can't tell you the last time I had a bath. Goodbye, gonna take a bath in gray water. Dad. I gotta get adjusted here. I feel like I'm sinking into my bed. Okay. I don't like to soak in the body film. Okay, so my answer, I would choose to bathe in dishwater because I'm exactly like Janice. Like, I think what she said. I'm a pretty clean person, but I've been working on that van. There's a lot of sweat. There's a lot of like sawdust. There's a lot of stuff going all over the place. And also, you're washing your privates if you're washing in a bath. And I would not want to eat off of something where I've washed my private parts and my armpits and shaved my legs and stuff like that. So, not that I would want the other option, but I think like if you bathe in your dishwater, you could rinse off your dishes ahead of time and it might not be too terrible. Still gross, but that's my answer. So sorry for those who voted the other way. And plus, I never take baths. I'm not a bath person. I don't enjoy that. I don't like soaking in my own, like, whatever, my own non-cleanliness. Sorry, I was behind on the chat. George, take note. snack, green plant, snack, green plan. I don't think he would do either. I think he would just stay dirty. Body film. Yeah, exactly. All right. So the next one is, oh, this is a good one for like adventure. And this is just good for us to kind of like have a little discussion about, because it'll give some insight about some of the things that you guys like. I'm eating York peppermint patties right now. Does anybody want one? I do. I love York peppermint patties, and I haven't had one in a long time. That sounds delicious. Bring some of those to the Snack Chat Saturday for the Halloween event. We might hit 10,000 by then, subscribers of the snack pack, so it could be a very fun, festive environment. Throw me a peppermint patty. That's right. This will be fun when we have like meetups and we'll bring a lot of snacks. Oh, peppermint chip Klondike. That sounds delicious. Now I want peppermint. Pearsons are actually better to me. What are Pearsons? Is that a peppermint kind of situation? Nailed it. All right. So the next question is, would you rather swim with sharks, like in one of those environments that's protected? You know how like you can swim with sharks, but it's like you're in a cage, or like, I don't know, they do weird things where you can go on these adventures. So either swim with sharks or parachute over the Grand Canyon. Which one would you rather? Swim with sharks or parachute over the Grand Canyon? And both of these you're not going to die. No dying here. It's just like, I want to know, which one would you rather do? Like, is it more favorable for you to do shark things in the water or fly in the air, basically? Oh, mint patties. Yeah, we're almost to 10K. We got 9,100 right now. There's a study which says we shower too often, so a few days of no shower is not bad. The smell is a different story. That's true. I think a lot of us, especially in America, we're overly cautious about, like, I don't want to say cleanliness, but also just like using hand sanitizer and always like trying to be super, super, super squeaky clean. But our body needs to like fight off some of these things. That's why people are getting sick a lot of times, because they don't give their body a chance to like fight or learn how to be strong when you get sick. I don't know if that made sense, but you know what I'm saying. 3 mosquitoes and stickers, cactus needles, candy from the desert. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Parachute. Okay, so we got parachute any day. Parachute. Grand Canyon all day. Okay, Janice is taking the sharks. Felicity's taking the parachute and swimming with sharks. Grant's swimming with sharks. Oh no, hell no, I'm not jumping out of a good airplane. Jay says I'm gonna swim with sharks. You're gonna do parachute. I have a fear of heights and I can't swim, so I'm safe. Swim with sharks for Daniel. Parachute for sure for Brian. Matthew is a parachute. Eve is laughing at Grant. Carol, parachute over Grand Canyon. That would be beautiful. Afraid of heights and don't really like swimming where I can't see the bottom, so don't know. All right, pick one, which is the least scariest, or just whatever. Flower Girl says swim. Let's see. Knowing that I wouldn't die, I'd swim with sharks. I have swam with dolphins. It was wonderful. That's on my bucket list, to do swimming with the dolphins. You'd go with the sharks. Chris says parachute. Sharks are down south, right? Not in cold Canada. Swim with sharks. You're in a nightmare. Yeah, exactly. Mike says I'd parachute. Eve, Chris, Grant, here you go. Catch. Awesome. Then it must be swimming with sharks. Okay. I'd take a bath with the dolphins in gray water. Okay. Has everybody answered? And did you guys choose what you think I would pick? I would survive parachute and then land in the water with sharks. That's epic, Daniel. That's epic. Brian says parachute. Fake Freedom says sharks for me. Sharks Chris says I'd parachute. Grant says I'd choose sharks. But I would like to try and swim with orcas one day in the wild. Ooh, that would be interesting. I held a nursing shark in Mexico. Felt bad for the poor thing. Stuck in the tank all day, every day for photo ops. Yeah, that sucks. When I went to Mexico, they had that like baby tigers, and I held one, and then I started to think like a years later, I was like, there are baby tigers, but also like if now that you've seen like Tiger King and stuff, you're like, oh man, these animals should not be like kept, you know? Parachute with a shark. Interesting. Orcas are wonderful. I would become shark snack. Actually, I have done both. Oh, Margaret, back when I was young and stupid and would do anything for a cute boy. Listen, I've done some dumb things for cute boys. I also went skydiving with a cute boy. Interesting. All right, so I would do both of those things. I'm with Daniel. I would parachute down into a shark tank. But I think that I would, I forget who just said it because there's a lot of comments, but whoever said it would be beautiful to parachute over Grand Canyon. I think that would be the more glorious thing. So I'm going to choose the parachute. So sorry to those that didn't get that one right for me. But I would do either of those things. But I think just by a slight margin, I would choose the parachute because I think it'd be so pretty to just be like seeing the grandness of the Grand Canyon. I've been to the Grand Canyon, but not in a parachute or a helicopter or anything like that. So I think that would be the thing. But I would like to, I would not mind doing either of those things. But I'm not going to choose either of those things. Those two things are not things that I have on my list of things that I feel I need to do. But if I had to choose, that's the one. Duh. I played stupid for a dumb boy. I think a lot of us have. Bucket list to swim with dolphins, but not sharks. Yes. I would happily swim with dolphins, but not sharks. Just make sure your chute opens. That's true. Swam with stingrays, no sharks. Oh, interesting. Don't take the 12-second tour of the Grand Canyon. Do it at sunset. Must be beautiful. Oh, I bet you that'd be so nice. I held a boa constrictor before. I've held I don't know if it was a boa constrictor. I forget, but when we were in school, they brought like those animals. They had like iguana, snake, and all these things. I've been the dumb boy. I think we've all done dumb things for love or at least lust or the like, something like that. I think everyone does dumb things when they're feeling somebody. Okay, so the last two. Okay, so the first one is guilty. Okay, would you rather for the attention? Yes, exactly. Would you rather every time you sneeze cheese? This goes back to our easy cheese discussion from a couple weeks ago. Would you rather sneeze cheese, or would you rather cry chocolate syrup, like the chocolate syrup that you squirt into milk so that you can, make chocolate milk out of it? So would you rather sneeze cheese or cry chocolate syrup? Which one would you rather? So you got cheese or syrup. Eve says cry chocolate. Flower girl, cry chocolate. Fake freedom, cry chocolate. I'd cry over ice cream. Dolphins do things to people. Oh, what kind of things? Is that something we don't speak of? Cry chocolate. Cheese is gross. I'd rather eat both. Cry chocolate. I've passed milk through my nose. It's no fun. Eats with me. Cheese. Sneeze cheese. Cry chocolate. Oh, we got most people crying chocolate. Cry chocolate syrup. Oompa, oompa, oompa-dee-doo. Exactly. All right. Do we have just one for sneezing cheese? Okay, which one do you guys think I would choose? Something we don't speak of. Okay, let's see. Crying chocolate would be a blessing. I mean, honestly. I'd love to cry chocolate, but yeah. You'd cry chocolate, chocolate for you. You would cry chocolate. You would choose cheese. Cry chocolate. You would cry chocolate. Obviously, you love your sweets. Chocolate for you as well. I'd be sad all the time just to get some chocolate. Has everybody voted? Hold on a second. I got an alert that I forgot about. Oh, hey, Jay. I'm sorry. I got so involved in the chat, but Jay from Sorgy Stories sent a $10 donation through PayPal. So thank you so much, Jay. I don't know if you're still on here, but if he's not, I can message him on Instagram. Thank you so much. Shipping costs plus a bit for the van fund. Awesome. So Jay is paying for a CD already, which I haven't even set up yet, but I will send you one. We'll connect on that. Let's give. Thank you so much, Jay. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you very much for that. Okay. Chocolate for me. Sucks that I have to settle for cheese. You don't have to. You could still cry chocolate. You don't have to go cheese. You know, this is an imaginary world. So in this world, you don't have to be diabetic. You could still do it if you want. She loves sweets, but she loves key lime pie. That's true. I do love some key lime pie. Ooh, and now I want key lime pie. Finally, the depression pays off. Yeah, exactly. Poor Grant. Grant, dumb boy. I'm a man and real men don't cry, so I say cheese. Real men can cry. We all human and have emotions. I feel for you, Grant. Grant, I will eat twice the chocolate for you. Such a trooper. Yeah, I'm going to go with crying chocolate because I wouldn't want anything coming out of my nose. And also, I don't cry very often, so I don't think you'd have to really worry about it too much. But if you did, you could be just like, oh, it sucks, and then you could like get a spoon and just like start, eating it off your face. It's a win-win. I mean, you can't go wrong with crying chocolate, I don't think. You cry the chocolate and we'll come kiss your tears away. Exactly. I'm going to go eat lettuce now. It's been fun, everyone. You make my Saturday. Go eat some lettuce with some chocolate sauce. Thank you for coming in today, Flower Girl. It's been very fun. Danielle has to run. All this taco food is making me hungry. Take it slow and blessed be. Thank you. Have a wonderful, blessed week. Nailed it. Take care, all. Okay, so the last question is, let's see. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Take care. Ray says if she could cry chocolate, she would watch sad movies all day long. That's a good point. My dad says 30% to dad as your business manager on all CDs sold. That'd be fair if you invested in my CD, Dad. But I had to pay for it all myself. But that was a lot of years ago. I am a girl. This answer should be obvious. Chocolate. Okay. The last question is, would you rather? This is kind of a similar question, but different. Would you rather jump into a pool of pudding or jump into a pool of mud? Which one would you rather? One Valentine's Day, a boy gave me a dozen chocolate roses. After the third one, I would have agreed to have his child. So you must love chocolate. Okay, Eve says pudding. Hey, Grant, thank you so much. Grant coming through with the 10 spot with the flying emoji. That is so cute. Let me give him, oh, that's not it. Let me give his personal. Thank you so much, Grant. Truly appreciated every time. Such a big supporter of the channel, so thank you. All right. So we got pudding, pudding. Oh, repeat it, had lag. So either you could jump into a pool of pudding or jump into a pool of mud. Okay, Chris is saying into the mud. Oh, come on, that's not even hard. Okay, go Grant. Yes, go Grant. That's very amazing. Okay, muddy pool. Pudding all day. Butterscotch or chocolate pudding, definitely. Ooh, butterscotch pudding's my fave. Way to go, Grant. So true. Jay, did you see I did give you a shout out? I don't know if you were here, but thank you very much for your donation. And I'll coordinate with you in terms of if you do want a CD. Pudding, but I would have to eat my meat before I could have any pudding. The teacher said so. Pro pudding, pudding or mud. What that it? What that it? Was that it? Yes, pudding or mud. Grant, are you flying? Am I reading this wrong? Grant, are you flying teal pear? Are you a flying teal pear? Mud. Okay, so we got for mud. We got mud. Jeff fell asleep. Mud. I am not about to be tempted to eat pudding. I'm sitting it. Jay says pudding. Reborn lover pudding. Is this a spa mud? Yeah, it could be spa mud. Of course, I would eat it. So pudding. Ty says pudding. Has everybody voted? And if so, if you guys want to vote for what you think, I will choose. Daniel says mud. Pudding would be awesome. Can't eat it, but may as well put it to good use. I don't know. A spa mud bath is pretty nice. That's true. No shout out necessary. You being you is plenty. Oh, thank you. Oh, and I've had mud pudding, chocolate fudge, chocolate chip pudding. Oh, God, that sounds so good. You would pick mud. Good for you. I'll still go with pudding. Okay. Has everybody voted? Butterscotch pudding for you. You're excused from eating your meat first. Allison equals pudding. Okay. Chris says pudding for me. Brian's thinking pudding. Okay, so my answer is going to be a little shocking, but fake freedom got it right. And Janice got it right in terms of the reason. So at first I thought, oh, that's easy. It's going to be pudding. But when I thought about it, I'm like, first of all, I don't want to be eating out of like a pool that either I or other people have been dipping their bodies into. And number two, if you've ever been into a mud bath, it's very nice. It feels so nice when you like put the mud on you and then you rinse it off and your skin is all like delightful and soft. A spa mud bath, if you haven't tried that, you should try it. It's really good for your skin, especially if they have like the special good mud that's like for your skin. And it comes from the natural earth. And I wouldn't want the sticky pudding on me. I wouldn't want to have that. I like to eat pudding and butterscotch is my favorite, but I don't think I'd want to bathe in it or jump into a pool of it. So I'm sorry if you got it wrong, but Fake Freedom got it right. Get in the mud and then clean myself with dishwasher water. Hello, dang it. I asked about that spa mud. Yes. I said spa mud baths are so nice. You sure did. That was my thought. Too sticky. Hot springs are wonderful. Oh, I do plan on going to some hot springs when I'm on my journey because I really like want to start doing like more natural, like, lakes and hot springs and mud baths and stuff like that. Well, I've done the mud wrestling. Oh, and that was not enjoyable in the least. Oh, it took more than one shower to get rid of all that mud. So definitely no to the mud. Oh, interesting. Mud would be fun if I could swim with the elephants. Yeah, that would be cool too. I think you have to be careful. Like, well, if you're mud wrestling, I'm sure that mud's getting like all over in places. If you're just in mud, like a pool of mud, you can kind of direct it where you want it, maybe. Okay, Grant's being gracious. He's tipping his hat to Fake Freedom. Awesome. Okay, well, Let's see. Is there anything else we need to talk about? All over in places. Okay, so next week, just want to recap. Next Saturday is Halloween. We are going to have a live stream. It's not going to be like a demonic or spooky live stream. It's just going to be fun and festive. It's going to be candy and costumes. And if you guys would like to share your costume once you get in your attire, send me an email or send me a picture on Instagram or whatever, and I'll show it if you want to be shown. And I'll figure out a way if any of you truly do want to buy a CD. I'm not pushing my CDs at all. Clearly, I don't care because they're just going to get thrown away. But if you do want a CD, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could like PayPal, but I don't know how much shipping is, especially like if it's for other countries. I'll check out the shipping. I would imagine it can't be that much. It's just a thin CD and then like an envelope. So I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. Eve says, I will bring candy for everyone. Yay. I will wear face diaper for Halloween. I will bring dirty dishwater for everybody and mud. Married 5 times. I'm coming as the woman at the well. Hallelujah. I'm on too. So I'll be right at the well with you. You can't throw your CDs away. I know. I don't feel like I can do it. Like I can't just like dump it. But also like, what am I going to do with these CDs? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind keeping like 10 of them, just to have for like mementos, but I don't need 100 of them. So we'll figure it out, I guess, together, but whatever. If you want to PayPal, a few dollars and send me your address, then I'll send you a CD. And then if I'll think of maybe a more solid solution by next week. I don't know. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go take a break and then I'm going to get to editing tomorrow's video because I need to post something because this week's been pretty busy. Okay, let's see. I'll put on my witch's dress. Okay. I'll bring plenty of candy. The Brady Bunch has grown and moved out years ago, so more for everyone else. Good night and God bless all of you. Yes. So have a great evening, a great weekend. Thank you guys once again for all your generosity, all your kindness, all your being so nice to each other. I appreciate it. And God bless you all and have a wonderful week. And I will talk to you guys on the next live stream. Bye for now.